All right. Okay, it's Tangle Tuesday, January of 2023. Welcome and thank you for showing up or tuning in, whatever you're doing. It's another year, and so we're going to focus on the Year of the Rabbit today, because that's what it is, Chinese Year of the Rabbit. And it sounds like what I read, it sounds like a good year, which I certainly need, and I'm sure many people do as well. So I'll go with it. You're going to need, let's move my little stuff out of the way here. You're going to need a piece of paper. I've got a mixed media piece of paper. That's going to make it even bigger here. Oops, that's the wrong way. There we go. So I just ripped it out of my thing. So it's about 5 by 7, it looks like. And a pen. I was looking for a finer pen, and I had one in my pocket and now it's disappeared. So I'm not using that. I'll be using an 04 Pigma Sensei, or I also have slightly thicker nibs here, Pit pen, and they call it a 0.5. And so there you go. That's my backup. I've got a pencil, just an HB pencil, and a torchon for shading if you want to do that. And then for color, I've got some markers, various types here. I've got combos, I've got koi. There's a mishmash of markers today. And that's about it. I don't remember my other. Oh, I have some Faber-Castell as well. Don't forget that. They all play well because they're all water-based, and they all work well together. So they hang out in the same bag. And I also have, if you want to, this is a jelly roll. This is the Moonlight, is it called? Moonlight? Anyway, that's stuff that glows in the dark, or under black light. So it's bright and shiny. I have, if you want to add some bunny bling, I like that. Bunny bling. I've got a Deco Color Liquid Gold paint marker. And make sure you use this carefully in a ventilated room because it does have smells. Okay, so let's take a minute just to get situated. I need to do that because I've been going like a one-armed wallpaper hanger. That's what I've been going like. And this morning, so I just need to just calm down and come to a restful position in your chair or whatever you're sitting on right now. Maybe close your eyes and just get in a sense of how you feel inside. How do you feel from the inside? Do you notice that maybe your shoulders are up around your ears somewhere, and maybe you can just let them take a deep breath and let them just relax and really sink into whatever you're being supported by, whether it's a sofa, a bed, the chair. Just let it hold you. Let gravity hold you today. If you can, put your feet flat on the floor. If you can't do that, maybe stack some books or something if your feet don't quite reach the floor, so that you've got some sort of stability underneath your feet. Just take some deep breaths and imagine that all that's in your head that's going crazy right now is just like rain falling on your head and down your shoulders and away from your body. It's just falling down, falling down. Just let it rain down and away from your body. Let's take a couple more deep breaths. And then we'll start. So I'm going to start with the pencil, and I'm going to draw a square-ish shape, maybe more like a rectangle on my paper. And I'm going to make it quite dark so that you can see, but if you want to make yours lighter, you might want to do that. And it's, I'm not using a ruler here. Notice that I'm just using my pencil. And you can make it, if it didn't quite go straight there, which it didn't, I can just sort of straighten it out a little bit, my pencil, and then come back and fix that up later. So, as I said, it's the year of the rabbit this year, for Chinese New Year, and I think that celebrating rabbits is a good plan, so let's do it. So we're just going to do the head and torso of a rabbit, or actually just the neck. So you want to start about halfway down your paper, maybe put a dot sort of in the middle. It's not exact, because you want to have room for ears. And you're just going to do sort of a pear shape. Their heads are not round. Rabbit heads are sort of a pear shape like this. You might want to work at it a little bit so that when you come back with your pen, you can sort of pick the best trajectory, the best shape that you can find. I'm thinking I need to have more cheeks, so I'm giving it a little more cheek space here. So I do like to munch and have cheeks. And then in this roughly here, 2/3 down, we're going to do a circle in the middle. And I'm using my pencil first. If you're brave and want to use your pen first, go ahead. And then a little nose. Some upper lips. I'm wanting to make this a little wider. So that's why I like using a pencil first, because I can just sort of work out where lines go without worrying too much. Then we're going to do sort of eye patches here, like that, and like this. And then their eyes can be like this. There can be all sorts of shapes. Almond shape. This is sort of an almond shape with a flat end. One looks a little bigger than the other, so I can make this one larger. And I'm going to do, I'm thinking this has got to be a little larger too. So I'm going to come back with my pen and go over and then erase any lines that I don't need. And here's a bunny ear. I'm going to have one bunny ear up here. It's quite big. Let's make it a little smaller. And another bunny ear over here. Oop. A little more tip there. I do think you should have bigger cheeks. You keep making bigger cheeks. I just do. It's like, oh, I need more cheeks. Okay, and then coming down, we've got torso, top of the torso. Very simple. Nothing too fancy. Okay. And then within here, we've got the inner ear. And in here. Okay, so it's pretty simple, and you can make, actually, I'm going to make them a little fatter. My pencil. And I'm going to take my Pigma Sensei, my 04 or 0.4, oh, 04, right? And just go over these lines, these pencil lines, and pick ones that I like. And sometimes they might change while I do that, and that's okay. We're just gonna go with whatever today. Go with the flow of the new year. This is sort of the center here, right here. So let's do this little nose a little to the right. These eye patches. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to line it up with a ruler or anything. Just do the best you can. And then I'm going to do a little circle there in the corner. So a little shine in the eyeball. And the same over here. Oops. It definitely is larger than the other, so I'm going to have to make this one a little larger. Okay. And then we've got this where the nose and mouth is. Down here. And then this is the fun part. I'm going to give him some glasses. Going across here. And the glass shape, you can do them anything you want. They don't have to be this squarish shape that I'm doing. They can be narrow, fat. They can be Elton John glasses, whatever you like. Whatever's with you today. If you feel whimsical, make them whimsical. If you feel it's a serious kind of rabbit, then try for a serious glass frame. So I'm just going to take my kneaded eraser. So if you haven't invested in one of these, I recommend them highly because they don't rip paper or the way hard erasers can. And the way you use them is sort of you just knead them so that you get a spot that's not dirty, and you sort of pet the paper with a little pat. Pick that up. And they're not expensive. You can buy a lot of them for very little money. So it's a good investment. They're probably cheaper than the pink erasers. Okay, so let's get into the tangling today. So the first one that I've chosen today, and I'm going to state, if you don't want to like the tangle I chose, pick another one. And what I did this morning was I thought, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to pick? I thought, well, I'll just start at the A's. It's the first of the year. Let's start at the beginning. And I went on to tanglepatterns.com and I picked some A patterns that start with the letter A. So this is what we're getting today. So let's start with our ears, start at the top. And the first one is called Antidots, Antidots by Anita Roby, R-O-B-Y, Roby Lavery. And it's a very simple one. I'm going to show you on another piece of paper here how it goes. And I love it because you can do it in one continuous line. So you start with this teardrop shape, or maybe it's a leaf shape. You come back to the middle, you do another one, and you do another one. Very simple. And I like patterns like that where you can just use one continuous line. And you have another one growing off that one. This is a great one if you're doing organic or nature patterns, nature tangles. So it carries on. And I think she got this from swing arm sewing. This idea. It's great. It's great to read where the patterns come from when you start a pattern. You're learning one. It's like, oh, where did they get that idea? It's just amazing where inspiration comes from. So we're going to do it in the bunny ear, but you could do it anywhere on your bunny. And I'm just going to start with this way, and I'm going to come up to my line, jump over, come back. I'll do another one this way. So it's going to be a little bit tight to begin with until we get to the larger part. The more open part. And maybe while you're doing this, maybe you're thinking about the year to come. Maybe you're thinking about the past year and how it has been for you and what you've learned in that year. What gifts has it given you? Because everything has a gift, even though we don't know at the time what that gift is. So let me just get that down so you can see that. A little bunny ear. I'm going to do here. This will be a little easier because it's a little larger. Or maybe you're thinking about this coming year and what you would like to see, what you are aspiring to for 2023. What do you want more of in your life? So that's a really easy way, and it's a quick filler. If you're looking to fill a space, I don't know what I want to do, and I'm tired of doing tipple, I'm tired of doing those little circles. That's a lovely way to fill in space quickly, that continuous line. And then, oh, somebody's here. Oh, there's some jeans here. Nice. Okay. So then we're going to do sort of reverse polka dots here inside the bunny ear. Or you could leave it blank, or you could come up with another tangle that you think would be perfect for there. And then I'm going to take a slightly larger nib. This is a 0.7, a Faber-Castell Pitt Pen 0.7. They also call it M for medium. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to darken, just puddle in side here with black. But you could also use pink, the inside of the ear of the rabbit could be pink. We had 2 rabbits growing up. Actually 3. We had Thumper, of course, right, from Bambi. And Throckmorton. Poor thing. But we called him Throckmorton because of the Lucky Charms cereal ad. And that was the name of the rabbit, or Throckmorton. So we had 2 rabbits, and we used to like to let them out in the backyard to run around. And we had a lot of fun actually with them. We had a lot of animals growing up. My dad thought it was going to be good to teach us responsibility, is what he said. I don't know that it actually worked, but we had fun. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, and I'm going to do it on the head of the rabbit. Again, you could do it anywhere else. You could do it around the edge if you want. And this one is called, let me write this down for you. It's called Amoeba by Linda Dawson. And I picked, today I picked also tangles that I wasn't familiar with, or maybe I was and I forgot. But I thought I wanted to pick stuff that I hadn't done before, or that I don't remember doing. So that's one thing you can do, is when you're looking for a pattern and you go to tangle.patterns.com or other sources on the internet, look for patterns that you haven't done before, that are new to you. Okay, so amoeba. So I'll show you this. I'll show it down here. So it's like an amoeba. So it's sort of like squishy kind of splat kind of shape. It's got the little nucleus in the middle. And then an interlocking, but slightly different shape. Again, it can be any kind of, amoebas are not uniform. They're kind of squishy and different. So these are all going to be interlocking, but a little ways away from each other. Sort of like the salad dressing I spilled on the floor this morning. That's what it looks like. And then in between, you can do, if you have space, you could do little lines in between each of these shapes. You can also do it the way she showed it on her example, was to puddle in some black. In between the shapes. So choices. What you'd like to do. So let's go back to our bunny here. And practice this amoeba. To love it because it doesn't have to be a certain way. And maybe you just want a few splotches on them, like patches. And you don't want them close together. You don't want them interlocking. You just want splotchy bunny. Go right ahead and feel free to do that. This is your little Zentangle creation and no one else's. You get to make the rules. Trying to make them a little larger than I did in my sample this morning. I don't know whatever happened to Thumper and Throckmorton. Maybe they just, ended up in the garden like everybody else did, it seemed. But I mean, dug into the garden, not hanging out there still. So we had an animal graveyard back there. But I always liked rabbits. And then when I was in high school, we had a rabbit in biology class or something like that. And then it came to the end of the year, and who's going to take the rabbit? Well, I decided it was me. So I took it, I got it in a box. It was a really big rabbit. And I took it on the bus home and arrived at home with the rabbit. And I don't know that my mother was too thrilled about that, but my parents were really good, and Dad built it a hutch within a day, and it's kind of cool. I'm just going around in the in between here and blacking this in. Again, you could use a different color in between there. You don't have to use black. I just happen to have it at hand, so that's what I'm using. Maybe while you're doing this, you're thinking about a name for the bunny. What's the bunny's called? What's your name? Okay, and then down here, I'm going to do another tangle. So I'm just going to do sort of like a rough kind of thing around his top of the shoulders here. And this one is called Andante. Yes. By Lily. moon. Okay, so let's find a spot to do this one. Push this out a little bit. All right. So I've got, I'm just going to do 2 lines here. It's sort of a border tangle. And it starts with a serpentine line. And then curly cues coming off this way. And then on the upstroke. And on the downstroke. And on the upstroke again. And then where this is, just joining that, so you've got a nice little triangle there, like that. And then over here, you've got one down there. And then you can sort of mask this curve here, sorry, match that curve here by aura, creating an aura there, aura of lines. That. And then you can put some triangles in here, these spaces. Where they kind of fit there. And you can black that triangle in if you don't have a lot of space. You can put, polka dots in there. Whatever you'd like to do. Maybe repeat what was that tangle that we did? The anti-dots. You could, if you had room, they could put some of those in there. Lots of ways to fill these little triangles. This is a lovely tangle. You want to make sure you look that up. So it's on Dante by Lily Moon. She's got various variations that are lovely with it. So let's get back to our bunny here. And I'm going to do my serpentine line. Oops, you can see. And again, so on the downhill, we'll put it there. And on an uphill, another one. So here on the downhill, on the uphill. And connect those 2 lines. I'm just going to put some little lines in there and triangles in here wherever they kind of fit. I was going to black that in. I like that. That's very pretty. It gives us sort of a regal look. I mean, we've got kind of fun, funky going up here, and then we've got some a little more serious in that space. So if you want to, you can continue down here with another tangle. I didn't. I left it blank. I'm just going to put some sort of suggest where his forelegs might be, or her forelegs. but you know, feel free to find a tangle, maybe another one that begins with A, and complete that down there. I'm going to go in with I have a koi coloring brush pen that is pink, 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 pink. And I'm going to go in and we're going to color the glasses here. You can see where I went over, oops, I went over the line a little bit. I don't worry about that because I can go in with my pen again and just restate or go over that inner glass line and do the same on the other side. So if I go over the line, I don't worry about it because I know I can go back in later and do that. If you want to, you can do a border. So I'm just going to go restate my border lines here with my pen. You can repeat like this one here. This by Lily Moon, the Andante would be lovely. So let's give you a little piece of that. Go inside here. Do a little frame like the bunny family frame here. So continuing on here in this line there. And then we'll just do a little, just give you a little taste of Andante again. Let's show you what that looks like. So down just like this, up like that. Downstroke like that. Upstroke like this. Downstroke like that. I have to talk to myself or I'll get easily distracted. And then we're going to make these little triangles here. Again, I've got some lines that are funny, so I can just go over them again, make them thicker. I just did a video right after Christmas on how to correct or how to cover mistakes in Zentangle. So you might want to look that up on the YouTube channel. Some tricks that I've got. To make things less obvious. And then we'll do our triangles. Yeah, I'll just do some diagonal lines in there. That gives you an idea what you can do for it. That, I mean, if you wanted to draw carrots all the way around the outside, you could do that as well. And yeah, then what I did here on my sample, and I'm going to do it here again, is I put the year. (2023). So have fun with it. Be sure to share it if you'd like on the Tangle Tuesday Facebook page. I'd like to see what you do with this idea. It's just great to see what everybody's doing. And also you can tag me on Instagram, loretta.west.artist. I'd love to see what you're doing. And please feel free to like this video and share it with your friends and family, and subscribe if you wish to, and have a wonderful January, and we'll see you in February. Thank you very much for joining me today.